What's good, everyone? OJ over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another video. Today we have some awesome information for you guys, but before we get into that, go ahead and hit that like button if you do like the content that we're bringing you. Really helps out the channel. Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right in. And we are starting off with the Media Create sales charts for June 25th 2018 through July 1st 2018. We have the early indication for sales for Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana in Japan. We also have the Nintendo Switch breaking 50K this week. It's been a while since this broke 50K, so it's good to see that there. So let's go ahead and get into some of the highlights of the sales week. So the Crew 2 for the PlayStation 4 was the highest selling new release in Japan for the past week with 17,585 opening retail sales. The latest Media Create sales figures has revealed the Nintendo Switch version of Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana followed with 6,431 in sales. To compare, the PS Vita version launched at 43,753 in sales in July 2016, and the PS4 version launched at 27,741 units in May 2017. On the hardware side, Nintendo Switch sold 50,762 units. The PS4 family of systems sold 18,811 units, with the 3DS family selling around 7,323 units. So good stuff all around there when it comes to it. I think the big thing for a lot of people are thinking like, oh, well, what about Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, the whole Falcom situation and kind of what's going on there. But the word is, at least the early word, is that Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana is actually selling really well in the West. So it's having a comparable effect to, let's say, Disgaea 5 Complete, where that game didn't have the best opening in Japan, didn't really match what it did on the PlayStation 4 originally, but then ended up doing a lot better in the West. And I think I can kind of back that up when it comes to that, because I've also been hearing in terms of just retail sales units, Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana here in the West has been selling out. Now, they didn't get a ton of copies in each places, but it's been selling out. I know my Best Buy only had one copy of the game. I got the last one there when I went to pick up my copy, and it seems like overall Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana is doing very well in the West. So I think we're going to have a situation that's like Disgaea 5 Complete, to where it did really well in the West and outsold the other systems, whereas in Japan, not necessarily the strongest debut, just because for whatever reason. So I'm thinking it's going to be like that. I know quite a number of you guys picked up Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana as well on the Nintendo Switch, so just as long as they sell around maybe 100,000 to 200,000 copies of the game, I think Falcom and NIS America and NIS just in general are going to be happy with the sales. So overall, not bad when it comes to Nintendo Switch in the hardware terms of sales, breaking 50K. That's actually really good. And if you look at the top 20 when it comes to the different games here, Mario Tennis Aces was still the top game sold. That sold nearly 50,000 units. Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition was number 2. Then obviously we had the Crew at number 3. The Splatoon 2, the bundled version included, that sold another 16,266 units. And Japan is getting a bundle of Splatoon 2 as well with the Nintendo Switch hardware, so that's going to be really good for the sales. Also, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was 5. Then Gundam Breaker was number 6, Ys 8 was number 7, Kirby Star Allies was number 8, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was number 9, and Super Mario Odyssey was number 10. So out of the top 10 games in the Japanese Media Create sales, 8 of them were Nintendo Switch games, with many of those games being games that was released last year. So there's definitely been a little bit of concern and stuff kind of going around that I've been seeing when it comes to stock prices and stuff like that because of sales, but I think that it's going to pick up as we go along. We're seeing here Nintendo Switch has pretty much been rising in system sales every single week for like the past 4 or 5 weeks now. So I think that's going to continue into Octopath Traveler, which is coming out next week worldwide. So I'm excited to see how that game performs and kind of seeing how the sales kind of react to that. So what do you guys think about the Japanese Media Create sales for the past week? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the next topic here, we have a release date for the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection on the Nintendo Switch. So this collection will launch for the Nintendo Switch on November 13th in North America and November 16th in Europe. Publisher NIS America has announced the $64.99 limited edition, including a copy of the game, Nostalgic Music Collection soundtrack, 40th Anniversary Art Collection, hardcover art book, and collector's box is currently available for pre-order at the NIS America online store. And just to let you guys know, if you pre-order the special editions, most of the time you do get it early, because a lot of people got Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana early when they pre-ordered it from there in terms of the special edition. So here's an overview of the game from NIS America if you haven't heard about it. So the games included are Alpha Mission, the arcade and home versions, Athena, the arcade and home versions, Crystallis, Akari Warrior, arcade and home versions, Akari 3, The Rescue, arcade and home versions, Guerrilla War, arcade and home versions, POW, arcade and home versions, Prehistoric Isle in 1930, Psycho Soldier, Street Mart, TNK3 arcade and home versions, Vanguard Victory Road arcade and home versions, and more games apparently will be announced. Now, here's a little bit more about the game just so you can kind of understand what they're trying to do here. 2018 will mark the 40th anniversary of the legendary studio SNK. To celebrate this extraordinary milestone, a variety of classic arcade games from SNK's golden age are coming back together in one anthology on the Nintendo Switch as SNK 40th Anniversary Collection with a treasure trove of features. So let's go ahead and go over some of these here, guys. So you have a collection of classics in your hands. Take a piece of SNK history with you wherever you go on the Nintendo Switch. Choose from over a dozen titles and experience an intense blast from the past. Modern meets retro, the convenience and improvements of modern gaming are all in the collection. Rewind and save at any time while you're playing. Enjoy updated graphics at 1080p resolution and experience redesigned control schemes for a modern feel. And I'm guessing that's just 1080p resolution when docked and 720p when undocked. Enter the SNK Museum, an extensive history of SNK and its games await in the museum mode. Explore the legacy of one of Japan's leading developers with high definition artwork and original promotional assets. And as you guys can see here, you guys are seeing this cool trailer that's put out. And I'm not the biggest fan of the old school SNK games. I did not play them a lot growing up as a kid. I did play a lot of these games in the arcade and I thought they were cool, but it was just that. They were just arcade versions. And I know like SNK, they had like the whole Neo Geo and things like that. They had different types of games and home console stuff. And I just never really got into their games like that. I always just played Sega or I played Super Nintendo whenever I was growing up as a kid. But SNK definitely has this place in history when it comes to titles. They have a lot of legendary games that people love. So I think that it was a good idea that NIS America decided to team up with SNK in order to make this bundle a reality. And I think that a lot of fans are going to go out there and have a lot of fun with the Nintendo Switch version, particularly because you can take that anywhere that you want. A lot of these games would probably be pretty cool to play on the go and also at home. And you have all those new features. I do like the new stuff that they're adding in, such as like the saves and the rewind features, stuff like that we've seen in other classic collections. So it makes it to where beating some of these games are going to be a little bit easier because a lot of these games were designed to essentially just eat all your quarters in the arcade. Like they were so hard to the point to where you couldn't beat them, or it would be very difficult to beat them and you'd have to spend a lot of money. So it makes sense to add in those as well if you're putting in the arcade versions of those games. So what do you guys think about the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection dropping this fall, November on the Nintendo Switch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the final topic here, Velocity 2X is coming to the Nintendo Switch this August. Publisher Curve Digital has announced. Now, Velocity 2X first launched back on the PS4 and PS Vita back in September 2014, followed by the Xbox One, PC, Mac, and Linux in August 2015. Now, the game is finally coming over to Nintendo Switch. So here's a little bit about the game. Become a certified badass. Abducted by a race of hostile aliens, Lieutenant Kai Tana must use her quick reflexes and teleporting power of the Corp jet to free her fellow prisoners and find a way home. Swapping back and forth between top-down vertical shoot-'em-up and side-scrolling action platformer, Velocity 2X blends two unique styles of fast-paced, frantic gameplay into one incredible experience. Here are some of the key features of the game. High-energy adventure. Players must pilot the Corp jet through dangerous territory using a variety of weapons and teleporting technology, then dock your ship and advance through side-scrolling missions to defeat an evil alien race from within. Speedrunner's dream. Use speed boost pads on foot, teledash, and cybernetic sprints to make it through the game faster. Over 50 dynamic levels. Using the Corp technology, navigate Lieutenant Tana through hours of gameplay that increases in speed and difficulty as you advance. High replayability. Compete against your friends to see who can have the top score. Ranked leaderboards let speedrunners compete for fastest times, highest completion percentage, and highest overall score. Neon Future. Take players to the stars with colorful, bold visual effects and push an electronic soundtrack co-created by an award-winning game composer. So awesome stuff all around there. I remember seeing this game back in the day on the PS4 and Xbox One and all that and just been, okay, this is just this game here. It was for speedrunners. I'm not the biggest speedrunner game guy myself, but I think I watched this on Awesome Games Done Quick in one of the years. So I know I've watched this game and I've seen it, and it actually looks really cool, and I'm glad that it's coming over to Nintendo Switch because the Switch is actually getting quite a number of games, or is building building up quite a number of games that have that speed running capabilities to it. We have stuff like Celeste, we also have Lightfall, and other games that have came out. They really have some cool speed runners that have done some awesome things in terms of how fast they can get through those games, and it's just amazing to see. So bringing this one over, that's a good game from the other systems, is fantastic, and I'll never be against something like that. So what do you guys think about all the different topics that we discussed here? Velocity 2X, in addition to SNK 40th anniversary coming out this November, and the media crate sales charts, the Switch breaking 50K for the first time in a few weeks here. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. It really helps to spread the content of Player Essence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.